All right, we have chaos in Tradesville again with Trump. With China. But with Trump canceling his meeting with China, he waited like 2 more seconds. It would have been perfect. Because Xi Jinping's being a very naughty guy, according to Trump. And obviously, I see the adversarial actions of China. It isn't about rooting against the U.S. when I criticize Trump for his insane trade policy. It's just that you kind of brought a lot of this onto you. So China's always going to try to, in different ways, undermine the U.S. You just gave them this massive justification to do so in a really hostile way. So Trump canceled the meeting that they were going to have, where Trump was going to get soybean concessions since China just stopped buying our soybeans, and that's hurting our farmers a lot. And he sent out a massive Truth Social post. See, now we don't know, was this meant to be DM'd to Xi Jinping, or was this meant for us publicly? We just don't know now. But he said, some very strange things are happening in China. They are becoming very hostile and sending letters to countries throughout the world that they want to impose export controls on each and every element of production having to do with rare earths. And virtually, you remember when he used to call it always raw earth? The raw earth is a very important topic. And virtually anything else that they can think of, even if it's not manufactured in China. And he goes on to talk about all the stuff China's doing. And these posts to me are so disorienting because it's like, no, dude, we know. It's strange you seem shocked. It's like, I launched a trade war with China and they're like engaging in a trade war with me. Did y'all know? Well, it's something really bizarre is going on in China. What the hell happened to China? Don't.
What the hell happened to JD?
China. And so then he said, I don't think there's any reason to meet. Thank you for your attention to this matter. What are you showing this before? Yes.
I just find it funny that Nobel Peace Prize is trending only on Truth Social.
Oh, that's a good point. And then he signs off Donald J. Trump. And then he sends out the next one announcing that the thing that caused China to take all of these damaging economic measures against us was Trump's trade war against them. And now he's going, maybe the solution to this trade relationship being on fire is to throw even more gasoline on it. And he says the United States of America will impose a tariff of 100% on China over and above any tariff that they are currently paying. Also on November 1st, we will impose export controls on any and all critical software. So over the present tariffs, he's slapping on an extra 100. So we're back to this cycle. And then later he'll go, guys, did you notice tariffs on China got really high? And so I think what I'm going to do for all of you is bring it down. And I just want to get credit for that I brought down tariffs that I set. And then he signed off that one very boldly and powerfully. While we continue through this, please do click the subscribe button. If you appreciate the show, it is free, but it supports what we're doing here. And we move now to speak about this, the Treasury Secretary saying this.
Negotiations, correct?
Well, that and holding the American soybean farmers hostage. They politicized these soybean purchases, and most of them have gone to Brazil. And we're not going to let that happen. And I believe that the Chinese will have to come back at the end of the season and buy soybeans. But
it's a big if. Big if. Every time he's on TV talking about it, he's like, China's just getting really political. They just randomly stopped buying our soybeans. And it's like, again, I know there's all sorts of things China's willing to do and does do to undermine us. And it's not that Trump created that scenario. But this is a direct outcome of his trade war with them. That's why they took this action. And so don't act like just some like weather event happened and all of a sudden they couldn't buy our soybeans. It's like very specific why they're doing it. And naming the problem is an important part of understanding the solution. Then you have this.
China's trying to put more export controls on minerals, rare earths, heavy rare earths, heavy and medium rare earths, some other things, related technologies. That's their usual leverage play before the big trade negotiations, correct?
Well, that and holding the American soybean farmers hostage. They politicized these soybean purchases, and most of them have gone to Brazil.
This is what we watched, sorry, but it'll play past it.
And we're not going to let that happen. And I believe that the Chinese will have to come back at the end of the season and buy soybeans. But in the meantime,
why don't we just give $20 billion to the farmers, and why have that give them that leverage at all in those deals?
Well, we would have made an announcement this week if it weren't for the government shutdown. If Chuck Schumer would end the Schumer shutdown, we would have an
Schumer soybean crisis too. It's all Schumer. Now, the $20 billion was an interesting figure. And to Laura Ingram's credit, she was a little bit confused. Like, wait, while this is happening, we saw Argentina was doing this deal with China, right? As we were giving Argentina financial assistance because the Trump government wants to help Javier Milei's political situation that's kind of in trouble right now, and there's some economic uncertainty, and so they're gonna give Argentina financial support, and that's why of $20 billion, and that's why Laura Ingraham went, why don't we give $20 billion to the farmers? That could help.
Explain to our viewers what is going on with Argentina, because the U.S. Treasury today directly purchased Argentine pesos and finalized this $20 billion currency swap framework with Argentina's central bank. So the intent, I guess, is to provide assistance from the Latin American country's economic turmoil. It's clear how Argentina benefits from this deal. What do we get out of it?
We get a lot out of it. Argentina is a beacon in Latin America. President Milei has done the right thing. He is trying to break 100 years of a bad cycle in Argentina. He is also a great ally for the U.S. He'll be coming to the Oval Office next Tuesday, and he is committed to getting China out of Argentina. They're all over the place in Latin America. And when people say to me, how is this not America first? I'll tell you why it's not. Do you want to be shooting at more...
Did you hear that? People ask me why this is not America first. I'll tell you why it's not.
to getting China out of Argentina. They're all over the place in Latin America. And when people say to me, how is this not America first? I'll tell you why it's not. Do you want to be shooting at more gunboats like in Venezuela? We do not want a failed state.
So this isn't a bailout?
Sorry, it's not a bailout at all. There's no money being transferred. The ESF has never lost money. It's not going to lose money here.
Okay, well, Milei, while this news was breaking, was trying to help out his political chances with a rock concert. So they're putting all the stops. They're trying everything. The Trump administration's financially supporting so that they can stabilize their economic situation so his electoral chances are better. He's doing this. Can we please make a part of the deal, Provision 7 of our financial support, that this has to never happen again? Can we say, we'll help you out, but please never do this again? I've never seen someone sing like that, where it's like only while they're singing, they're in character, and then they break out of character immediately. He's like, very interesting. Please ban that, and then you have the agriculture secretary saying, all right, so yeah, things are tough, but golden age is coming. It's always around the corner.
So that's all really, really important, and I think we have to realize what the president's commitment is this, that we're moving into an era of rural prosperity, of a golden age for our farmers in rural America. The trade renegotiations and the trade realignment that Jameson and Scott and Howard have.
So, mark my words, the golden age will be just around the corner for the rest of this presidency.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, we're going to be to the golden age.